Hello guys, what's up? This is Mortaza and welcome to another video here at A Coder's Journey. This is another episode of my C# tutorial series, and in this episode I have decided to talk about different data types. Now, as you remember, over the last few episodes we have been talking about variables and how they help us store values. And these values are of different data types. For example, I can have an integer variable, right, to store my age. This is an example we have been talking about a lot. Or I can have a variable called my name of type string, and I can, store my own name in this variable. This is the data type or the data type, right? This is the identifier. In the last episode we talked about this. This is the unique name that we have chosen for this variable, and then we can refer back to this variable and using this name, and we can get out the value that we have assigned to this variable. Now, in C# we have, different types of data types that we can choose for our variable. Here we have, we are using int for storing integer values and a string for storing, sequence of characters. And for storing a value in a variable of type a string, of course, we need to use double quotes as we have done here. In this project, I have created a simple text file in which I have, put in the different data types and how much memory on your computer they consume and what you can put into them. For example, we have integer as a simple data type, which is going to use 4 bytes of memory, and it can store whole numbers from this range up to this range. So for example, if I copy this, right, and if I go to my program.cs and I put my integer here, but I, for example, increase the last part, right, and I delete these, you see, I cannot do this. And if I hover my mouse here, it says cannot implicitly convert type uint to int, and explicit conversion exists. We are going to talk about conversion and casting, as it is sometimes referred to. But I just want to show you that you cannot store a value greater than this number in an integer data type. And on this, when I hover over here, it says something about uint or unsigned integer. We are going to probably talk about that as well. It's a specific data type, but I just don't want to get into a lot of details here. Anyways, we've got a long, which consumes 8 bytes of memory, and again, like integer, you can store whole numbers, but of course the range is greater than the integer values. We've got float for fractional numbers, sufficient for storing 6 to 7 decimal digits. We've got double. We've got bool consumes 1 bit of your memory, and it can, be either true or false. For example, here I can have a variable of type bool, and I'm gonna put false into this variable. Of course, I cannot, put a string into this variable. It doesn't make sense because bool can either be true or false. So let me get rid of these lines of code. Again, we've got char or character for storing 1 single character. It consumes 2 bytes, and the character are going to be surrounded by single quotes. So I can say, you know what, my initial, and I'm gonna say this is M, right? So this is a single character. Char is used to store a single character, and you surround that single character in single quotes. Some programming languages, like for example, if I'm not mistaken, JavaScript, it allows you to use either double quotes or single quotes for strings. But in C Sharp, it is a little bit, strict. For characters, you can use only single quotes, and for strings, you can have double quotes. For strings, 2 bytes per character, per each character in your string, 2 bytes of your memory will be consumed, and you can store a sequence of characters, and you're going to surround them by double quotes. There are some more, specific data types when it comes to, creating your variables, but I'm not going to talk about each one of them here. I just wanted to talk, a little about the different primitive data types which exist in C Sharp, and of course you can use them for different, values. And it is very important to choose the correct data type for your variables. For example, if you know that the value you are storing will not be, lower than or greater than these 2 ranges, it is better to, choose integer, but not long. Why? Because for integer, your memory, 4 bytes of your memory will be consumed. But if you do not need these, large range of numbers, why choosing long? It's not a good idea because it consumes more memory, 8 bytes, I'm sorry. So always pay attention to your requirements, and do not choose, data types which are way beyond your needs, because of course, otherwise, you will consume a lot of memory, and that will negatively impact the performance of your application. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned for my upcoming videos. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel and click on that notification bell so that you don't miss out on my upcoming videos. Thank you. Stay safe, and I will talk to you later.